Hey everybody, this is the truth about the twin flames. Alright, this is stuff that people don't really understand. But before I get into that, I have to describe the background of it. Well, on the back of a dollar bill, right, you'll have an eye with a pyramid on it. People call it the devil, but that's not what it stands for. It actually goes back to the story of Horus and Set, where Set took something from Horus. After that, Horus was just never the same again. Bottom line of the story, right? But when people study pyramids, they realize there's a mirroring pyramid under the pyramid, and overall the pyramid is a diamond, right? And then if you turn that diamond like this, you get two eyes, right? Looking like our eyes, like you get two eyes, right? That relates to the yin and yang. How or why does it? Because the yin and yang is about finding true inner peace, and the only way you can do that is by combining the negative and the positive. Really, two different things. I like to call it nothing and something. Spiritual and the physical. Now, the point what I'm trying to get to here is that this is the first thing you have to do if you want to control a population. You have to break the yin yang up. The yin yang is a couple. That's why in all these stories you always see two different colored snakes wrapping around a pole or some shit like that. That's really like the yin yang. It's like the yin yang, the pyramid, two snakes that's always eating each other and infinitely shit like that. It's like you have to divide those things or hide it. When you do that, the people will get lost because you need the yin yang to explore the other traits. You need, like, I like to call it nothing to something. And a real relationship with your twin flame, one of y'all is spiritual, one of y'all is in the spirit form, more connected to the energy, and one of y'all is the physical. In other words, if you play the game, the one that's in the spirit form in a relationship is more the magical one. Like he's the mage or she's the mage. And either the one that's in the physical form is the person that uses physical items. Like they're like a warrior, a tank, right? Together, y'all become one. Y'all become that kind of like the Shiva thing where she might have weapons in her hand, but the hands behind her is using magic. Right? Okay. Let's hear me out. Now, nothing is something. For you to fully express yourself, you're going to need your twin flame because in her DNA or in her codes, she has something to give to you that means the world to you. And you have something to give to her that means the world to her. This is why some people just don't know how to act anymore. Like, it goes back to the simulation thing where there's like three ways of talking. It's like you have body language, you have talking to the matrix, and then you have telekinetic talking. Right? Talking to the matrix is like words coming out your mouth. Body language talking, you pretty much know what that is when you read somebody's body language. Isn't that like another form of talking? Let's keep it 100. You understand what that person is trying to not say, but still saying it. And then you have telekinetic talking. We don't really explore that anymore, or for right now. Everything's just so fucked up, right? But the thing is, one of y'all is the mage, and one of y'all is the fighter. Now, the fighters, right? This is why some people will kill and shit. Is because for them not to kill, because if you think about it, in the beginning of time, y'all was given traits, and one of y'all was supposed to do something for each other. Like somebody was in the house, and one of y'all is supposed to kill the person because he's not supposed to be in your house. He probably was in the house to kill you. But one person had the mindset to handle it, and one person don't have the mindset. This is how you got people that shoot people, but then go off and start having fun. You'd be like, Ain't you fucked up in the head? But no, he has the trait to take a life. But then you got the other killers who kill people, and at that, they just start eating on them, and they just slowly deteriorate, and they just can't take it no more. This is why some people come on with PTSD and shit, because they wasn't the one to take a life. It was supposed to be the other half, because they didn't get that trait. This is why some people who like fighting but is scared to see blood. Did that make any sense? Then you got some people who hate fighting but love to see blood. It's like you need your other half to like be complete in life. And when you lose that, you're just lost in time. Alright. Now, when you start understanding where like most of this stuff coming from, it's like people don't understand this. A mage, right? A mage is the people who always saying, like, you always see somebody look at auras, right? And they see somebody with a big aura. That's really energy. Those are mages. Mages have the biggest auras. Why? Because they're in a spirit body. They are more spiritual than they are physical. And then you have some people with little auras. People might think that's like something wrong with them, but it's not. They're just they enjoy the physical more. They're not really a mage. They're not really magical. They use a sword or a gun or a weapon, or they box. Right? It's like point blank, you will never get nowhere without your other half, because y'all traits are divided in half. And it's like, that's what he was trying to say, be the best that you can be. But in actuality, you can't, because you need your other half to guide you. Because the thing about it, if you think about traits and you're cut in half, you gotta understand that when you're cut in half, there's always an adult side of you and there's always a kid side of you. Which one of y'all is the adult and which one of y'all is the child? People don't know, but this is how you can find out. You got some people that be mature from when they're young, right? And then you got some people who be childish all through their life. They can't give that trait up because that's who they was, and they just can't help it. This is why you have those type of people. They just can't grow up because that's who they are. It's just that you don't understand because you don't really try to study this stuff. No one does. And pretty much that's it. It depends on the traits that you have. Which one of y'all is the funny one? Which one of y'all is the serious one? It's just like, I pretty much get, hopefully I get what I'm saying. Like, y'all traits are, whatever a perfect human is, you have some of those traits, she have some of those traits. And then when y'all divide from something, y'all become imperfect. Imperfect. And that's where you get broken. That's why relationships don't work. That's why girls always be cheating on a man, because they realize they can never love anybody. They just can't. And then that's why they would go for people with money, because like they love don't exist. That's why they go find people with money. They cheat on them because they don't love the person that they with, just that he paying the bills or she paying the bills, right? And they probably gonna cheat with somebody that's better sexually, because that's the only thing that matters. It's sex right now. And but the real reason why they're cheating is because it was a study, right, where they divided a single atom and sent it to different parts of the world. And no matter how far the atoms was apart, it still vibrated the same, like exactly the same. So when, say you found love, but your girl is trying to find love, right? And then she kind of do, so now you're vibrating, and you're like, yo, you're not really getting that same feeling that you was from when you first met the girl, because your other half found something that she liked, and you're like, yo, maybe you could find something better than this. and you know it in your heart. I believe this is how people be like feeling. I believe this is how people just be out of nowhere, just have mood swings and shit like that. Maybe it's not menopause. Maybe it's after a certain age, your other half just be missing something, and now y'all vibrating the same, and the wife is just like really taking in on that energy, and it's like she's changing because she's been so broken her whole life. It's just hitting her bad. Like, it's just their connection is just fucked up, and it's hurting them. Like like you notice, you know you're missing something. No matter how much you love your man or woman, you know that you're missing something, right? And the crazy thing about it is, it comes from the eyes right here, right? Some people be like, you can easily find a nothing in something. That's what I like to call it. A nothing. When you take a picture of a nothing, it's just a picture. Like, they look so plain in a picture, right? When you take a picture of a something, they really come out the picture. It look like they're showing a lot of emotion. It look like they're showing all of this happiness. But really, they're not. They're just showing the same emotion as everybody else, just that they was made for the physical. They're in a physical body, right? The best example of that, go look at 6ix9ine and then Post Malone. Post Malone kind of look like something. That's because he got tattoos on his face, right? Now, 6ix9ine looked like something even without the tattoos. But with the tattoos, it increases level of something. And now he's just like a higher level of it, so you can see more of him in the picture. But Post Malone, he just looked like nothing, right? Go look at yourself. Then you're gonna look in the mirror. You're gonna start seeing why that you're single. You're single because from far away, girls don't really notice you. They like looks, and and something has all the looks. Like when you're something, you really look good. And no one knows why, but that's the reason why, because you have more of the physical traits, and the other half is more spiritual. But the difference between a boy and a girl is easier for a girl to get a boyfriend because they're girls, and any boy would just be like, fuck it, you know. The difference between a boy, they be trying to wonder why they single, and then some girls be trying to wonder why boys don't take them seriously. It's because we're in a generation where your body is more important than your looks. And you can tell when somebody look beautiful, that's when you look them in the eyes. But the thing about it, you ever look in somebody's eyes and see nothing? Go look. You'll look in somebody's eyes and you'll just see nothing. The reason why is they're not the spiritual one. Because when you look at some people in their face, you see nothing. I don't know if you can test it on me, because I'm a nothing. I'm more in a spiritual body. Overall, I am a mage. And my wife, she is something. She is more in the physical body than I am. But when you look her in her eyes, you don't really see anything. You don't really see beauty, because her beauty is all over her body, right? This is how some girls begin. Some girls have little butts. Some girls have big butts. Shit like that. Because the girl with little butts is more in a spirit body, right? And the only way you're going to really see beauty in them when you look them in the eyes. But then you got other girls who don't have nothing. This is why they will show you their ass and shit like that, because that's where their looks are at. And after that's why they wear so much makeup, because they don't know about how the human body really works. So be wearing all this makeup to try to enhance their look, because when they look in the mirror, they see nothing. And after that, they know other girls be looking better than them. That's why girls are like, so they're not really confident about themselves. Because when they look at other girls, the thing about girls, they look everybody in the eyes. And they look at other girls, they're like, that girl is so beautiful. Why? Because she is the mage in the relationship. She's more in her spirit body. And when you're in your spirit body, that's where the eyes is the window to the soul type of shit. Once you find out which one's the soul, the eyes is the window to the soul. You can like take the ones that don't have a soul. They have a soul, but it's more of a physical soul. If that make any sense. And this is how some people get fans. This is why you go to meetings, shit like that, because they know what they're looking for. This is why they sign your name and oaths. I think what you're really signing is not the name to the devil. It's the name. I think you signed over yourself. So if you got a line, they can kill you. Because once you get a contract to kill somebody, all you gotta do is show that to the judge. And like, that's the dark side of the world. And then once you sign, like, he got out of line, out of his contract. And that's what the contract said, death. There's nothing you can do about it after that. Because they both know what they're getting themselves into. If that make any sense. That's why they just don't go out of line and just kill anybody. That's why some people get killed, like Princess Diana. That's why some people just get killed and nothing happens, because they bend something life over. But the thing about it is, you can never hide yourself, because even though you don't have nothing in the eyes, everything is right here. Right? That's your wall. That's the way you perceive life. And it's like, no one can ever change that. And like, the thing about it is, when you start getting into the twin flame stuff, you will realize that if you try to look your twin flame in the eye, you will see patterns and shit. You will see her for her true self, or what she's supposed to offer to this world. You will see what she's supposed to do. It's hard to see that. You only can see that when you look at it from your mind's eye, which is your pineal gland and shit. You have to close your eyes and really look into her soul, type of thing. But not her soul, her wall. Because look at a girl, right? Look them in the eyes. You'll really see them for who they are. But before you look them in the eyes, tell them to put glasses on. And try to look at their face and turn around. Tell me you know what they look like. You don't know what somebody look like until you look them in the eyes. And if all of a sudden everything else start connecting. Because if you truly think about it, all of this right here is from your parents. This is the only thing you have. That's why they say the eyes is the window to the soul. Right? Now, the thing about the mage and the physical, right? This is why I believe some people be dying and stuff like that. Right? Because you have a wall and you have a light. The light is the mage. Right? The light is the mage and the wall is the physical. But the thing about it is, if you beat down somebody's wall, right? I assume that they will die, because the wall is the only thing that's holding you from falling in to the afterlife. But the light, you don't necessarily need a light, because after you kill the light, it goes to the wall. Right? But in my relationship, it's so broke that I'm the wall and my girl is the light. So if you kill my girl, nothing won't happen. She'll just be rebirthed because she's gonna sit on the wall and come back. But if you destroy the wall, both of them die. Like the light will fall in. How do I know this? Because I actually did studies of who I was. Right? I'm a familiar spirit. They actually know of me. One day I had a vision. I was walking the street and I wasn't high or anything. I don't know why people say they're not high, but you guys got people that take THC and shit like that. I wasn't high enough. And I was just walking the street after work. And all of a sudden I had this vision. The vision of me in the past. I'm like, yo, I'm looking this person in the eye. He looked just like me. Just like me. And then this girl behind me. Then we was in front of this crowd of people. We was in the desert. Right? And after that, the story ended because that's my half of the story. I need my girl half to figure out what the fuck happened. I only have 50% of the story. So I started looking up songs, right? All of a sudden I stumbled past this song. I only clicked on it because after the vision I had, I was looking the girl in the eyes. I'm like, who the fuck is this girl? But then after the vision went away, the eyes were missing. And it was like dark eyes. Like, cause I don't know her soul. Like, I never seen her. But I'm able to like input eyes in there. So it's like, it's not something scary. It's like, I'm trying to figure out who was in the picture. And the only way you can know who was in the picture is by this. When you get your twin flame wall. Right? So it just went dark. And then I'm on this Alicia Keys page, right? I only clicked on her song because I'm like, yo, that's the same exact shit that I seen. And it's crazy because when you click on her song and her song is coming up next, it's that face. I'm like, yo, that's that. It had the same hairstyle. She was wearing the same thing, everything. But the thing about it is, people designed it them. They designed the videos themselves, or they get somebody to give them a video. You know. So I don't know which one of the two it is. Right. So inside the video, she was in like the vision was in a certain way. It was like in the orangey way. She was looking out this orange window, and then she walked through the window, right? And how she was in a desert. She was in the same place where I was at. Same place. Walking through the desert with the same clothes on. But the difference between that and the video was that in the vision, she had dark, shiny clothes on. It's the same thing. I think just her shirt was different, was gold. But she had the pants and shit. Maybe, I don't know. Right? But the same outfit it was the same outfit. Then she had another video that was wrapped around the same scenario. It was her and a boy in front of a crowd of people. And the video say that they jumped him, pretty much. And after that, pretty much that's it. It's 2 videos. And she have other videos like Superwoman and shit like that. Shit like that. The thing is, I'm a familiar spirit. Right? And I'm really broke without something. And I can't progress without her. So without her, I'm just nothing. It's like his Matrix talk. Because before the simulation, there was life before the simulation. Really, it was the spirit. And then after that, we thought of this world. And we created this world together. But some people was chosen to create. I do know who was chosen, but y'all won't believe me anyway. You understand where they get Genesis from, where God hover over the waters and shit like that. You understand where they get it from. I understand. Like, I actually seen it. Like, that's how when you explore the non-physical, you actually see this stuff. Right? And without her, I'm just nothing. I don't have those other traits to progress. And it turns out I'm the child. Or like our relationship is so broke that we're both the child, but I'm the bigger child. Like I'm the adult, but I'm still a child. It's like I need her to grow up. And then when she meet me, she gonna realize she was always the child type of thing. Like I pretty much get what I'm trying to say here. And people know this. I'm a familiar spirit. Like what's my name? My name is Y. It's W-A. I don't know her name. Something they just keep from you. But the thing is, I don't know if Alicia Keys is really the one. Now, what I do know is that if something was alive, they would kill her. Because once you understand yourself, you'll know what your wife like more. Like me, I don't really care about the physical. I'm more of a spiritual type of person. So this right here is nothing to me. Like I'd rather die. My wife, this means everything to my wife. And she'd rather live. Right? I assume that they find these people and they kill them. The reason why is, now we probably at the end of the story. It turns out that I am one. This gonna get real conspiracy. I am one of the son of Israel, like the people that was around Moses, right? Every child was given a city, right? I looked at one of this city and it had my name on it. I'm like, what the hell? That's pretty strange. As I was reading up the story, it was saying that it was two cities connected to each other, right? One was hell and one was heaven. In Alicia Keys' video, well, before I get to her video, inside the story, it was saying that at the top of the hill, it was heaven, and at the bottom of the hill was hell, right? So the cities was connected. If you look at the cities, that's how it looked. And the thing about it wasn't really hell. It was only hell because I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck was happening there. But at the top of was heaven. That's where my wife was at. Right? It just hurts, to find something out like that. And the thing about it is, it turns out that, look at the Olmec stuff. Olmec, I believe is ALMEC, right? The Olmec believed in a cheetah god. It turns out my animal spirit is a cheetah. How do I know? Well, the first thing I had was a dream where I was with God and I fell. I'm not saying it was something spiritual, but I'm saying I fell and I landed to the earth as a cheetah. And I had the dream when I was like 12. I'm like, what the fuck? But now when I meditate, I see a little cheetah running around in my eyesight. Like when I close my eyes, I see like a cheetah just running around. Now I don't know there's something about being a cat, but before I found out any of this, I always loved fish. Right? And the place that I was at, all they had to eat was fish. That's all they ate. They was near the waters. Right? So all they ate was fish and water. Now my wife, right? I don't really know that part of the story. That's why I had to find her. But I assume that, because what I do know, I feel like she's connected to the moon. But we're only trapped here because for me to come here, she have to be here. And if she's not, the moon and sun will leave. I believe this is like the story of Planet X or something. I know it's very far out there, but you gotta hear it out. I believe this is why some planets have like 4 moons and shit like that. You know? Because the the era that we're in, we're just in a slavery area. Where a slave is like an intergalactic slavery type shit. And they're just keeping everybody down and suppressed. For I don't know what reason. I'm not trying to say that I'm a god or something. I just like to call it an angel. But I can't be an angel without my wife. So I'm nothing. I'm nothing that can help you. It's pretty. It sound crazy. I'm in my head. I'm like, I'm telling you all these things, and it just sound fucking crazy. But that's really what's going on. How did I know this stuff? Because I would read it, and I was on the internet to read. I know the internet is a bad place, but how much things you can find out about the Olmec society? You know, this is all their stuff. This is what they believe in. They stuff. This is what they actually believe in. And then it turned to find out all the other religions came and got their stuff from the Olmecs, Sumerians, Aztecs, Mayans. That's where they got their religions from. Go check. That's where everybody got their religions from that island. Because if I was the mage, I would have been the top mage. And the sad thing about it, the story also said that those people, some of them was included into the 5 horsemen. There's actually 5 horsemen because 5 people create a team. It's just that y'all might think that where's the other horsemen? Well, you have a swordsman, you have a fighter, you have a tank, you have a mage, and then you have somebody that supports them. Because if you think about it, the swordsman was fighting for God. So that means God is on a team too. It's 5. That's the real truth about the 4 horsemen. There's 5 horsemen. And then you got the one that watches over them. Now, my level, what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm supposed to be watching over stuff. And if I'm not watching over stuff, anything's going down. That's the first sign you realize. The first sign you realize when everything is fucked up. When I'm not watching over things. When I'm just here doing nothing. That means that someone is taking our jobs in the Matrix. Because that was my job in the Matrix, is to watch. How do I know? Because one day I was sleeping, right? Then all of a sudden, some people decided to use the Matrix while I was sleeping, right? It was 3 people. I got dragged into the Matrix mid-sleep. Like, I knew I was getting dragged in because the simulation was happening of what you're supposed to do to go past the veil. So I'm like, what the fuck? I look, I see 3 people back there. I'm like, what the hell? Then I just open my eyes. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I did care. I'm like, oh shit. I was asleep, mid-sleep. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what time it was in the morning because there was no clock around. But it was like dark outside. And there was 3 people back there using it. I'm like, what the hell? But I was watching them. That's why I believe I'm the person that watches over things. Like, it's the WA. Why? And then you have other people with different jobs and shit like that. Like, people have certain jobs, and they're taking our jobs, and like, they're just trying to control it. That's why the world's so fucked up, because you got certain people that try to do the stuff that people actually born to do. And they're just not, and they're doing it in a way of not protecting, but of controlling. because it's not that easy. It's not that hard to do somebody else's job. But when that person finds out what their job's supposed to be, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck? Something ain't right." Cause that's my job, you know. Cause now let's go back to the story of Satan, right? What did Satan do? Was he being God or did he watch over God? Because I'm not God. I just watch things. And when something's not right, I'm supposed to not be there anymore. Because I'm like, yo, something's not right. Like now, something still ain't right. I don't want to try to become famous because something's not right. So in this era, I fell. I can see why Satan fell. Because he probably was with God and something just wasn't right. Simple stuff, man. Just try to think about it.